Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal to you will fundamentally shift your understanding of who you are, why you're here, and what you've been experiencing that others around you cannot comprehend. Right now, in this very moment, while you've been feeling different, while you've been sensing that you don't quite fit into normal society, while you've been experiencing attacks that seem disproportionate to your apparent threat level, something profound is happening in the spiritual realm that explains everything. You are not random. You are not ordinary. You are not just another person living an average life. You are part of something ancient, something powerful, something that was prophesied thousands of years ago and is manifesting right now in this precise moment of human history. The book of Revelation speaks of 144,000 sealed servants of God marked and protected for a specific purpose in the end times. It speaks of 4 angels holding back the 4 winds of the earth, restraining destruction until these servants are sealed. And tonight you're going to understand exactly what this means, why it matters, and most importantly, how to discern whether you are one of these chosen ones, whether you carry this ancient seal, whether you are part of this sacred number that has been set apart since before time began. This isn't about religion. This isn't about denomination. This isn't about whether you fit into someone's theological box or match someone's doctrinal checklist. This is about spiritual reality, about cosmic truth, about divine assignment that transcends human understanding and operates on frequencies most people will never access, at levels most souls will never reach, in dimensions most consciousness will never perceive. Tonight, you're going to see the signs that mark the 144,000. You're going to understand the characteristics that identify these sealed ones. You're going to recognize the experiences that distinguish these chosen servants from the general population. And if you are one of them, if you carry this seal, if you are part of this number, you're going to know it with certainty that goes beyond doubt, with clarity that surpasses confusion, with recognition that eliminates all question. The prophetic foundation. What Revelation reveals. Let's start with what the ancient text actually says, because understanding the prophecy is crucial to recognizing its fulfillment. Revelation chapter 7 describes a vision of 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds so that no wind would blow on earth or sea or against any tree. Another angel comes from the rising sun carrying the seal of the living God and calls out to the 4 angels who have been given power to harm earth and sea, saying, "Do not harm the earth or sea or trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads." Then the text describes the sealing of 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel, 12,000 from each tribe. This number is specific. This sealing is intentional. This marking is purposeful. These are not random individuals. These are specifically chosen servants, divinely selected warriors, cosmically appointed representatives who carry a seal that marks them as belonging to God, as protected by heaven, as assigned to a mission that requires supernatural backing, divine favor, cosmic protection. But here's what most people miss, what traditional interpretation often overlooks, what religious teaching frequently ignores. This isn't just about ethnic Israel. This isn't merely about genetic lineage. This isn't only about biological descendants. This is about spiritual Israel, about those who carry the consciousness of the chosen, about souls who embody the frequency of the sealed, about beings who manifest the characteristics of divine servants regardless of their physical ancestry, their earthly lineage, their human genealogy. The 144,000 represents a spiritual reality more than a literal number. It symbolizes completeness, divine order, perfect selection. 12 tribes times 12,000 equals 144,000. 12 is the number of divine government, of perfect organization, of complete authority. 1,000 represents multitude, abundance, fullness. This number isn't limiting the sealed ones to exactly 144,000 individuals. It's describing a complete company, a full contingent, a perfect number of those who are sealed, marked, set apart for divine purpose in this critical moment of human history. And the 4 angels holding back the winds? These represent restraining forces that prevent total chaos, divine intervention that maintains some order, cosmic powers that hold back complete destruction until the sealed ones are in position, until the marked ones are ready, until the chosen servants are prepared for what's coming. The winds represent judgment, chaos, destruction, the unraveling of systems, the collapse of structures, the end of an age. And these winds are being held back, restrained, controlled until a specific moment. The moment when all the sealed ones recognize who they are, understand what they carry, accept their assignment, step into their purpose. You've been feeling it, haven't you? This sense that something is being held back, that we're living in a suspended moment, that there's a calm before a storm, that systems are barely holding together, that society is on the edge of something massive. That's not paranoia. That's not imagination. That's spiritual perception. You're sensing the restraint, feeling the tension, perceiving the holding back of forces that are ready to be released, but are being controlled until the right time, until the sealed ones are positioned, until the 144,000 are ready. Sign 1. You've experienced supernatural attacks that made no logical sense. If you are one of the 144,000, one of the sealed servants, one of these chosen ones, you have experienced attacks throughout your life that made absolutely no logical sense given your apparent threat level. You weren't doing anything particularly threatening to the powers of darkness. You weren't leading massive movements or commanding large platforms or wielding obvious influence. You were just existing, just living, just trying to survive. And yet the attacks came with an intensity, a persistence, a maliciousness that seemed wildly disproportionate to anything you were actually doing. You experienced betrayals that cut deeper than normal conflicts. You faced obstacles that seemed designed specifically to stop you. You encountered opposition that appeared coordinated even though you couldn't identify who was coordinating it. You dealt with spiritual warfare that left you wondering why darkness seemed so interested in your destruction when you were just one person living a relatively quiet life. Here's why. Darkness recognized your seal before you did. Evil perceived your assignment before you understood it. The enemy saw your potential before you realized it. You carry something that threatens the kingdom of darkness, that challenges the powers of evil, that endangers the reign of the adversary. Not because of what you're currently doing, but because of what you're destined to do. Not because of your present influence, but because of your future impact. Not because of who you are now, but because of who you're becoming. The sealed ones are marked from birth. The 144,000 carry their assignment in their spiritual DNA. The chosen servants have their purpose written in their soul code, and darkness can read that code, can sense that marking, can perceive that seal. So the attacks begin early, often in childhood, continuing through adolescence, intensifying in adulthood. The goal is always the same. Destroy the sealed one before they recognize who they are. Eliminate the chosen servant before they understand their assignment. Remove the marked one before they step into their purpose. You've survived attacks that should have destroyed you. You've outlasted opposition that should have eliminated you. You've overcome obstacles that should have stopped you permanently. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is the seal operating, the marking functioning, the divine protection working. The 4 angels are holding back the winds for you specifically, restraining forces that would destroy you if released, maintaining protection that keeps you alive despite everything that's come against you. Every attack you've survived was confirmation of your sealing. Every obstacle you've overcome was evidence of your choosing. Every betrayal you've outlasted was proof of your marking. The very intensity of what you've faced reveals the significance of what you carry. Average people don't face supernatural attacks. Ordinary individuals don't experience coordinated spiritual warfare. Regular humans don't deal with the level of opposition you've endured. Only the sealed ones, only the 144,000, only those marked for divine assignment face this kind of persistent, intense, focused attack. Sign 2. You've always felt different, set apart, unable to fit in from your earliest memories. You felt different. Not better than others, but different from others. Not superior, but separate. Not arrogant, but aware that you don't quite belong in normal society, don't quite fit into regular systems, don't quite mesh with conventional thinking. You've tried to fit in. God knows you've tried. You've attempted to be normal, to blend in, to just be like everyone else, but it never worked, it never felt right, it never fit. You look around at people who seem perfectly content with lives that would suffocate you. You observe individuals who find fulfillment in things that leave you empty. You watch humans who are satisfied with purposes that seem meaningless to you. And you wonder what's wrong with you. Why you can't just be happy with normal life, why you can't just settle for what satisfies everyone else. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken, you're not defective, you're not damaged, you're sealed, you're marked, you're chosen. The 144,000 cannot fit into systems designed for everyone else, because they're not designed for the sealed ones. Regular society cannot accommodate divine assignment. Normal life cannot contain cosmic purpose. Average existence cannot hold supernatural calling. You felt like an alien in your own family sometimes, like a stranger in your own community, like an outsider in your own culture. Not because you're antisocial or dysfunctional or problematic, but because you operate at a frequency that doesn't match the collective. You vibrate at a level that doesn't sync with the masses. You function at a dimension that doesn't align with general humanity. This feeling of being different isn't something to overcome. It's something to recognize. It's not a problem to solve. It's a seal to acknowledge. It's not a flaw to fix. It's a marking to accept. You are different because you are chosen. You are set apart because you are sealed. You cannot fit in because you were never meant to fit in. You were designed to stand out, created to be distinct, formed to be separate for a purpose that requires you to be outside normal systems, beyond regular structures, above conventional thinking. The 144,000 are in the world but not of the world. They exist in human society but don't belong to human society. They live on earth but their citizenship is heaven. They occupy physical bodies but their consciousness is cosmic. They walk among humanity but their assignment is divine. This dual existence creates the feeling of never quite belonging, never quite fitting, never quite meshing with the world around you. Stop trying to fit in. Stop attempting to be normal. Stop forcing yourself into boxes designed for people who don't carry what you carry, don't see what you see, don't know what you know. Your differentness is your distinction. Your separateness is your seal. Your inability to fit in is evidence of your divine marking, proof of your cosmic assignment, confirmation of your spiritual sealing. Sign 3. You possess knowledge and wisdom. You never formally learned. One of the most distinctive characteristics of the sealed ones is the presence of knowledge they never formally acquired, wisdom they never academically learned, understanding they never systematically studied. You know things you shouldn't know. You understand concepts you were never taught. You perceive truths you never formally learned. And you've probably downplayed this gift, dismissed it as intuition, attributed it to lucky guessing, explained it away rather than recognizing it as evidence of your sealing. The 144,000 have direct access to divine wisdom. The sealed servants receive downloads from cosmic intelligence. The chosen ones tap into universal knowledge that bypasses human educational systems. This isn't about being smart in a conventional sense. Many sealed ones struggled in traditional education, found school frustrating, couldn't fit into academic boxes. But they possess wisdom that surpasses academic credentials, understanding that transcends formal training, knowledge that exceeds educational achievement. You see patterns others miss. You understand connections others don't perceive. You grasp complexities others can't fathom. You've been called intuitive, perceptive, insightful. People come to you for wisdom even though you have no formal credentials in the areas they're asking about. You give advice that changes lives even though you never studied counseling. You offer guidance that transforms situations even though you never took courses in leadership or strategy. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is the seal functioning. The marking on your forehead, though invisible to physical eyes, opens spiritual pathways to divine intelligence. You have access to the mind of Christ, to the wisdom of heaven, to the understanding of cosmic truth. This access operates automatically, constantly, perpetually. You don't have to invoke it. You don't have to activate it. It's always on, always functioning, always providing you with knowledge you need when you need it. The sealed ones are teachers, prophets, seers, revelators. They carry light that illuminates darkness. They possess truth that exposes lies. They hold wisdom that challenges foolishness. And this light, this truth, this wisdom, it doesn't come from books alone, though books may confirm what they already know. It doesn't come from education alone, though education may provide language for what they already understand. It comes from the seal, from the marking, from the divine download that happens continuously between heaven and the sealed one's consciousness. You've probably been told you're overthinking things, reading too much into situations, seeing things that aren't there. But you're not. You're perceiving accurately. You're seeing clearly. You're understanding correctly. The problem isn't your perception. The problem is that others can't see what you see because they don't have access to the frequencies you access, the dimensions you perceive, the levels of understanding you naturally operate on. Trust your knowing. Trust your wisdom. Trust your understanding even when others question it, even when circumstances seem to contradict it temporarily, even when you can't explain how you know what you know. The seal provides knowledge that doesn't require explanation. The marking grants wisdom that doesn't need justification. The divine connection offers understanding that stands independent of human validation. Sign 4. You have an unshakable sense of divine purpose despite unclear details. You know you're here for something significant even though you can't always articulate exactly what that something is. You carry an unshakable sense of divine purpose even though the details remain unclear, even though the specifics seem vague, even though the exact manifestation hasn't fully revealed itself yet. You've tried to ignore this sense. You've attempted to dismiss it as grandiosity or delusion. You've questioned whether you're just making up feelings of significance to compensate for a life that seems ordinary. But the feeling persists. The knowing remains. The certainty continues. Deep in your soul, deeper than doubt can reach, beyond where skepticism can access. You know you're here for something important. You know you carry something significant. You know you're assigned to something meaningful that transcends your current circumstances, your present position, your apparent lack of platform or influence. The 144,000 carry purpose awareness from birth. The sealed ones possess assignment consciousness from early age. The chosen servants know they're meant for something even when they don't yet know what that something is. This knowing isn't arrogance, it's recognition. It isn't pride, it's awareness. It isn't delusion. It's spiritual truth about divine assignment that their soul remembers even when their mind doesn't fully understand. You've probably downplayed your purpose to avoid appearing grandiose. You've minimized your calling to avoid seeming pretentious. You've hidden your assignment to avoid looking delusional. But your humility about your purpose doesn't change the reality of your purpose. Your uncertainty about the details doesn't negate the certainty of the assignment. Your confusion about the how doesn't eliminate the truth of the what. God doesn't reveal everything at once. The divine doesn't download the entire plan in one moment. Heaven doesn't provide all details up front. The sealed ones are given enough information to take the next step, sufficient clarity to move forward, adequate understanding to trust the process without needing to see the entire journey. This is by design. This is intentional. This is how divine assignment works with the 144,000. If you knew everything at the beginning, you might not take the first step. If you saw the full scope of your assignment initially, you might run from it. If you understood the complete magnitude of what you carry, you might feel overwhelmed by it. So God reveals progressively, unfolds gradually, discloses incrementally. He gives you enough light for the next step, sufficient clarity for the immediate move, adequate understanding for the current season. Your unshakable sense of purpose, despite unclear details, is actually evidence of your sealing. Random people don't carry this kind of certainty about divine assignment. Ordinary individuals don't possess this type of knowing about cosmic purpose. Regular humans don't maintain this level of conviction about supernatural calling. Only the sealed ones, only the 144,000, only those marked for specific divine assignment carry this unshakable sense of purpose that persists regardless of circumstances, survives despite opposition, remains constant through all seasons. Sign 5. You operate as a light in darkness without trying. Everywhere you go, your presence affects the atmosphere. You walk into rooms and energy shifts. You engage with people and something in them changes. You occupy spaces and darkness retreats, lies surface, truth emerges. You're not trying to create these effects. You're not intentionally working to produce these outcomes. You're just being yourself, just existing, just living. And yet your presence alone creates impact, generates change, produces transformation. The 144,000 are light bearers. The sealed servants are atmosphere shifters. The chosen ones are frequency changers. They carry light that darkness cannot tolerate, truth that lies cannot withstand, love that fear cannot resist. And this light, this truth, this love, it emanates from them constantly, automatically, perpetually, whether they're aware of it or not, whether they're trying to or not, whether they're conscious of it or not. You've noticed that toxic people can't stay around you long. Liars get uncomfortable in your presence. Manipulators avoid you. Deceivers distance themselves from you. Not because you're confronting them directly, not because you're calling them out specifically, but because your light exposes their darkness, your truth reveals their lies. Your authenticity highlights their performance. They can't maintain their facades around you. They can't sustain their deceptions near you. They can't preserve their illusions in your proximity. This is the seal functioning, the marking operating, the divine light shining. You are a living epistle, a walking revelation, a breathing testimony to truth, light, love. Your very existence challenges darkness. Your presence confronts evil. Your being opposes deception. You don't have to speak. You don't have to act. You don't have to do anything beyond existing authentically as who you are, and your presence alone creates impact. But this gift comes with a cost. The same light that draws some people repels others. The same truth that liberates some individuals threatens others. The same love that heals some souls triggers others. You've experienced both reactions. You've seen people drawn to you inexplicably, attracted to something they can't name, pulled towards something they can't identify. And you've also seen people repelled by you without cause, uncomfortable around you without reason, hostile toward you without justification. Both reactions confirm your sealing. Light attracts those ready for awakening and repels those committed to darkness. Truth draws those hungry for reality and drives away those invested in illusion. Love pulls those ready for healing and pushes away those attached to their wounds. Your divisive effect isn't evidence of a personality flaw, it's confirmation of a divine marking. The sealed ones cannot be neutral. The 144,000 cannot be invisible. The chosen servants cannot blend in. Their light is too bright. Their truth is too clear. Their love is too pure. They affect every environment they enter, influence every person they encounter, impact every situation they engage. This is their gift. This is their calling. This is their assignment. They are the light of the world, the salt of the earth, the city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Stop apologizing for your effect on others. Stop minimizing your impact. Stop trying to dim your light to make others comfortable in their darkness. You are sealed to shine. You are marked to illuminate. You are chosen to radiate. Let your light shine. Let your truth speak. Let your love flow. This is not about ego. This is about assignment. This is not about pride. This is about purpose. This is not about arrogance. This is about divine sealing that cannot and will not be hidden. Sign 6. You've experienced supernatural protection in impossible situations. Look back over your life. Count the times you should have died but didn't. Remember the situations where you should have been destroyed but weren't. Recall the moments where you should have been eliminated but survived. These weren't lucky coincidences. These weren't random chance. These were the 4 angels holding back the winds, supernatural forces maintaining protection, divine intervention ensuring your survival until you could step into your assignment, recognize your sealing, accept your purpose. The 144,000 are protected by supernatural forces that operate whether they're aware of it or not. The sealed servants are guarded by angelic beings who work whether they acknowledge it or not. The chosen ones are defended by divine powers that function whether they believe it or not. This protection isn't based on their faith level, their righteousness, their spiritual maturity. This protection is based on their sealing, their marking, their divine selection. You've survived car accidents that should have killed you. You've walked away from situations that should have destroyed you. You've overcome illnesses that should have ended you. You've emerged from attacks that should have eliminated you. And you probably attributed these survivals to luck, to chance, to random fortune. But it wasn't luck. It was the seal. It wasn't chance. It was the marking. It wasn't random. It was divine protection executing its perfect work. The angels assigned to the sealed ones don't take breaks. They don't sleep. They don't get distracted. They maintain constant vigilance, perpetual awareness, continuous protection. They intercept attacks before they reach you. They deflect dangers before they touch you. They neutralize threats before they materialize fully. Most of the protection you've received, you've never seen. Most of the interventions on your behalf, you've never known. Most of the attacks prevented, you've never been aware of. But occasionally you get glimpses. Occasionally you see evidence. Occasionally you recognize supernatural intervention. Those moments when you should have been in that accident but something made you leave 5 minutes late. Those times when you should have been in that place but something kept you away. Those instances when you should have been affected but something shielded you. These glimpses are meant to build your faith, to strengthen your trust, to confirm your sealing. The protection intensifies as you get closer to your assignment. The guards increase as you near your purpose. The defense amplifies as you approach your destiny. Why? Because the closer you get to stepping into what you're sealed for, the more desperate darkness becomes to stop you. The more intense evil becomes to eliminate you. The more focused the adversary becomes to destroy you. So heaven increases protection. Heaven amplifies defense. Heaven intensifies guarding. If you're reading this and recognizing these signs, know that your protection is absolute. The seal on your forehead is your guarantee of divine backing. The marking you carry is your assurance of supernatural support. The choosing you've experienced is your confirmation of cosmic defense. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No scheme designed against you will succeed. No plot crafted against you will prevail. You are sealed, marked, chosen, protected by forces that never fail, defended by powers that never lose, guarded by angels that never sleep. Sign 7. You feel a deep burden for humanity's awakening. You carry a weight for humanity that others don't seem to carry. You feel a burden for people's awakening that others don't seem to feel. You possess a longing for collective transformation that others don't seem to possess. This isn't about wanting to be seen as a savior. This isn't about needing to be recognized as special. This is about genuine, deep, soul-level concern for humanity's consciousness, for collective awakening, for mass transformation. You look at people sleepwalking through life and it hurts. You observe humans trapped in systems designed to keep them small and it grieves you. You watch masses distracted by things that don't matter while missing things that do, and it weighs on you. You can't just focus on your own life, your own success, your own comfort while humanity suffers, struggles, remains asleep. Something in you won't let you rest in personal peace while collective chaos persists. This burden is the seal manifesting. This weight is the marking functioning. This longing is the divine assignment expressing itself. The 144,000 are not sealed for their own benefit alone. They're marked for humanity's sake. They're chosen for collective awakening. They're selected to be catalysts for mass consciousness shift, instruments for global transformation, vessels for planetary evolution. You're not responsible for awakening everyone. That's not your assignment. You're not tasked with transforming all humanity. That's not your burden. You're not required to save the world. That's not your job. But you are responsible for the ones assigned to you, for awakening the specific individuals designated for your influence, for transforming the particular people positioned in your path, for affecting the precise souls marked for your impact. The burden you feel for humanity will become focused over time. The general concern you carry will become specific assignment. The broad longing you possess will become particular calling. Right now, you might feel overwhelmed by the vastness of human suffering, the magnitude of collective unconsciousness, the enormity of planetary darkness. But God will focus your assignment, clarify your calling, specify your purpose. You're not meant to reach everyone. You're meant to reach your ones. You're not assigned to transform the whole world. You're assigned to impact your sphere. You're not called to awaken all humanity. You're called to illuminate your portion. And when all 144,000 sealed servants step into their assignments, illuminate their spheres, awaken their ones, the cumulative effect creates mass awakening, produces collective transformation, generates planetary shift. This burden you carry is preparation for assignment. This weight you feel is training for purpose. This longing you possess is development for calling. Don't despise it. Don't resist it. Don't try to eliminate it. It's part of your sealing, evidence of your marking, confirmation of your choosing. Let it drive you toward your purpose. Let it push you toward your assignment. Let it propel you toward your destiny. The sealing process, how the 144,000 are awakening now. The sealing of the 144,000 isn't a one-time event that happened in the past. It's an ongoing process that's reaching completion now. The mark has always been there, placed before birth, established before incarnation, set before you took physical form. But the awakening to that mark, the recognition of that sealing, the acceptance of that choosing, this is happening now, in this time, in this season, in this precise moment of human history. You're reading this because your awakening is happening. You're hearing this because your recognition is emerging. You're understanding this because your acceptance is developing. The four angels are still holding back the winds, still restraining destruction. still maintaining order until all the sealed ones awaken to who they are. Recognize what they carry. Accept what they're assigned to do. Every sealed one goes through similar awakening process. First comes the disruption. Life as you knew it falls apart. Systems that worked before stop working. Relationships that were comfortable become uncomfortable. Situations that were stable become unstable. This isn't punishment. This is preparation. God is dismantling your old life to make room for your real life, destroying your false identity to reveal your true identity, eliminating your perceived purpose to expose your actual purpose. Then comes the isolation. You're pulled away from everything familiar. People distance themselves, opportunities close, doors shut. You feel alone, abandoned, forgotten. But this isolation is divine strategy. You're being separated from contamination, removed from interference, isolated from distraction so God can speak clearly without competing voices, so heaven can download directly without filtering through others, so the divine can mark you unmistakably without confusion from the crowd. Next comes the revelation. Truth floods your consciousness. You see things you never saw before. You understand things you never understood before. You know things you never knew before. The seal is activating. The mark is illuminating. The choosing is revealing itself. You start recognizing signs, understanding meanings, perceiving patterns. Everything starts making sense in ways it never made sense before. Then comes the resistance. You fight what you're seeing. You doubt what you're understanding. You question what you're knowing. This can't be real. This can't be true. This can't be about you. You're not special. You're not chosen. You're not sealed. The resistance is normal. The doubt is expected. The questioning is part of the process. Push through it. Move beyond it. Get past it. Finally comes the acceptance. You acknowledge who you are. You embrace what you carry. You accept what you're assigned to do. This acceptance doesn't mean you understand everything. It doesn't mean you see the whole plan. It doesn't mean you know all the details. It means you accept the sealing, acknowledge the marking, embrace the choosing, even though specifics remain unclear, even though the path ahead is uncertain, even though the journey forward is mysterious. Where are you in this process? Are you in disruption, watching your old life fall apart? Are you in isolation, feeling separated from everything familiar? Are you in revelation, seeing things you never saw before? Are you in resistance, fighting what you're understanding? Are you in acceptance, embracing who you are? Wherever you are, keep moving forward, keep progressing, keep evolving. The sealing is complete, the marking is permanent, the choosing is irreversible. Now it's about awakening to what's already true, recognizing what's already established, accepting what's already done. You are sealed. The question isn't whether you're one of the 144,000. The question is, will you accept it? Will you embrace it? Will you step into it? How to operate as one of the sealed ones. If you're recognizing yourself in these signs, if you're seeing evidence of your sealing, if you're acknowledging your place among the 144,000, here's how to operate in this identity, how to function in this calling, how to walk out this assignment. First, stop waiting for permission from others to be who you are. Stop looking for validation from people to accept your sealing. Stop seeking confirmation from humans to embrace your marking. The seal is placed by God, recognized by you, validated by heaven. Human opinion is irrelevant. Other people's belief is unnecessary. External validation is optional. You know who you are. Deep in your soul, beyond all doubt, beneath all question, you know. Trust that knowing. Believe that recognition. Accept that awareness. Stop letting others' inability to see what you see make you doubt what you know. Stop allowing others' inability to understand what you understand make you question what you recognize. Stop permitting others' inability to perceive what you perceive make you dismiss what you acknowledge. Second, Embrace your differentness as divine distinction. Stop trying to fit in. Stop attempting to be normal. Stop forcing yourself into boxes designed for people who don't carry what you carry. Your inability to fit in is evidence of your ceiling. Your differentness is proof of your marking. Your separateness is confirmation of your choosing. You are set apart for a reason. You're different by design. You're distinct by divine intention. This isn't a flaw to fix. This is a feature to embrace. This isn't a problem to solve. This is a calling to accept. This isn't a weakness to overcome. This is a strength to acknowledge. Third, develop your direct connection with divine source. Stop depending on middlemen to tell you what God is saying. Stop relying on interpreters to explain what heaven is revealing. Stop waiting for others to confirm what the divine is communicating. You have direct access. You possess unmediated connection. You carry immediate relationship with cosmic intelligence. The sealed ones hear God directly. The 144,000 receive divine downloads immediately. The chosen servants access heavenly wisdom without filters. Develop this ability, strengthen this connection, deepen this relationship, spend time in silence, practice listening. Learn to discern divine voice from your own thoughts, heavenly guidance from mental chatter, cosmic communication from human reasoning. Fourth, trust your supernatural knowing, even when you can't explain it. You know things you shouldn't know. You understand things you never learned. You perceive things you never studied. This is the seal functioning. This is the marking operating. This is the divine connection working. Trust it, believe it, follow it. Stop dismissing your intuition as mere guessing. Stop explaining away your perception as coincidence. Stop attributing your knowing to luck. This is divine intelligence flowing through you. Cosmic wisdom downloading to you, heavenly understanding manifesting in you. Honor it, respect it, act on it. Fifth, prepare for your specific assignment to be revealed. Your general purpose is clear. You're sealed to be light in darkness, truth in the midst of lies, love in the face of fear. But your specific assignment, your particular calling, your unique mission, this will be revealed as you move forward, as you stay obedient, as you remain faithful. Don't be in a hurry. Don't try to force revelation. Don't attempt to manufacture clarity. God reveals in His timing. Heaven discloses at the right moment. The divine unfolds assignment progressively. Your job is to stay ready, remain available, keep responsive. When the specific assignment comes, you'll know it with the same certainty you know you're sealed. Sixth, connect with other sealed ones. The 144,000 are not meant to operate alone. The sealed servants are designed to function in connection. The chosen ones are created to work in collaboration. You will recognize other sealed ones when you meet them. There will be a knowing, a recognition, a resonance that confirms you're connecting with someone who carries the same marking, someone who possesses the same sealing, someone who shares the same choosing. Don't try to connect with everyone. Don't attempt to build community with masses. The sealed ones are selective about their connections. They're discerning about their relationships. They're careful about their associations. Not everyone is meant to be in your inner circle. Not everyone is supposed to access your energy. Not everyone is designed to connect with your frequency. Wait for divine connections. Trust supernatural alignments. Believe in cosmic orchestration. God will bring the right people at the right time for the right purpose. Your job is to recognize them when they appear, receive them when they come, relate to them when they connect. The assignment of the 144,000. What comes next? The sealed ones are being positioned right now for what's coming. The 144,000 are being prepared right now for what's ahead. The chosen servants are being developed right now for what's emerging. The four angels are still holding back the winds, still restraining destruction, still maintaining order. But that restraint won't last forever. That holding back has a time limit. That maintenance has an expiration date. When the winds are released, when the restraint is removed, when the holding back ends, the world will experience chaos unlike anything in modern history. Systems will collapse. Structures will fail. Institutions will crumble. What seemed permanent will prove temporary. What appeared stable will reveal instability. What looked secure will demonstrate fragility. And in the midst of that chaos, in the center of that collapse, in the middle of that crumbling, the 144,000 will stand. Not because they're stronger than everyone else. Not because they're smarter than everyone else. Not because they're better than everyone else, but because they're sealed. Because they're marked. Because they're chosen. Because they carry divine protection that no chaos can penetrate. Supernatural backing that no collapse can eliminate. Cosmic support that no crumbling can destroy. The sealed ones will be lights in that darkness. Voices of truth in that confusion. Sources of wisdom in that chaos. People will be looking for answers. Masses will be seeking guidance. Multitudes will be desperate for direction. And the 144,000 will provide what's needed. Light, truth, wisdom, direction, guidance, answers. Not from their own intelligence, but from their direct connection with divine source. Not from their own understanding, but from their unmediated access to heavenly wisdom. Not from their own knowledge, but from their continuous downloading of cosmic intelligence. This is why you've been prepared. This is why you've been trained. This is why you've been developed. Everything you've been through, every attack you've survived, every obstacle you've overcome, every challenge you've endured, it was all preparation for this moment, training for this season, development for this assignment. You've been wondering why your life has been so difficult, why your path has been so challenging, why your journey has been so hard. Now you know. You're sealed. You're one of the 144,000. You're chosen for an assignment that required intense preparation, severe training, rigorous development. Average assignments don't require extraordinary preparation. Ordinary callings don't demand exceptional training. Regular purposes don't necessitate intense development. But your assignment isn't average, your calling isn't ordinary, your purpose isn't regular. You're sealed to stand when others fall, to shine when others dim, to speak when others silence, to guide when others wander, to lead when others follow, to be strong when others weaken. This kind of assignment requires the kind of preparation you've received, the kind of training you've endured, the kind of development you've experienced. The opposition you'll face as a sealed one. Understanding that you're one of the 144,000 isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new phase. And with this awakening comes increased opposition, intensified attacks, amplified resistance from forces that desperately want to prevent you from stepping fully into your assignment. Let's be clear about what you're facing so you're prepared, so you're equipped, so you're not caught off guard by the escalation that comes with recognition of your sealing. First, expect increased spiritual warfare. The moment you accept your identity as one of the sealed, the moment you embrace your place among the 144,000, darkness recognizes that you've awakened to who you are. And that awakening triggers an escalation in attacks. Before, when you didn't fully understand your sealing, you were a threat that hadn't fully activated. Now you're a threat that knows who they are, understands what they carry, recognizes their assignment. This makes you exponentially more dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You'll experience attacks in your mind. Intrusive thoughts questioning your sealing, doubts about your choosing, confusion about your assignment. These aren't your thoughts. These are spiritual attacks designed to make you second-guess what you know, doubt what you understand, question what you recognize. When these thoughts come, and they will come, don't engage them, don't try to argue with them, don't attempt to logic your way through them, simply dismiss them. You know who you are. Your sealing is established, your marking is permanent. You'll face attacks in your relationships. People you thought were solid will suddenly become unstable. Connections you believed were strong will suddenly reveal weakness. Relationships you assumed were permanent will suddenly show themselves to be temporary. This isn't coincidence. This is spiritual warfare targeting your support system, attempting to isolate you, trying to separate you from strength. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into this next phase. Some people were only assigned to your previous season. Let them go without bitterness. Release them without resentment. The sealed ones who are meant to connect with you will appear at the right time. You'll experience attacks in your circumstances, sudden financial pressure, unexpected health challenges, surprising obstacle in areas that were previously flowing. These aren't random difficulties. These are coordinated attacks designed to distract you from your assignment, drain your energy from your calling, divert your attention from your purpose. Don't panic when these attacks come. Don't lose your peace when circumstances shift suddenly. You are sealed. You are protected. You are backed by supernatural forces that will ensure you have everything you need for everything you're assigned to do. Second, expect misunderstanding from those closest to you. Your family might not understand what's happening to you. Your friends might not comprehend what you're experiencing. Your community might not grasp what you're going through. They'll see you changing, transforming, evolving. And they'll interpret those changes through their own limited understanding, their own narrow perspective, their own constrained consciousness. Some will think you're having a breakdown when you're actually having a breakthrough. Some will believe you're losing your mind when you're actually finding your purpose. Some will assume you're becoming delusional when you're actually becoming awakened. This misunderstanding is part of the journey. The sealed ones have always been misunderstood by those operating at different frequencies, different dimensions, different levels of consciousness. Don't waste energy trying to make everyone understand. Don't exhaust yourself attempting to explain to people who aren't ready to hear. Don't deplete your resources trying to prove to people who aren't positioned to perceive. Save your energy for those who are ready. Preserve your words for those who are prepared. Protect your resources for those who are positioned. The right people will understand without lengthy explanation. The aligned souls will recognize without extensive proof. The prepared hearts will perceive without complicated convincing. These are your people. These are your tribe. These are your connections. Everyone else, let them be. Their understanding isn't required for your assignment. Their belief isn't necessary for your calling. Their acceptance isn't essential for your purpose. Third, expect opposition from religious systems. This might surprise you, but some of your fiercest opposition will come from organized religion. Why? Because religious systems are designed to control, to contain, to limit, and the 144,000 cannot be controlled. The sealed ones cannot be contained. The chosen servants cannot be limited. They operate under direct divine authority, immediate heavenly guidance, unmediated cosmic instruction. Religious leaders who are invested in maintaining their authority will feel threatened by sealed ones who don't need their interpretation, don't require their permission, don't depend on their approval. Religious institutions that are committed to preserving their power will be challenged by sealed ones who operate outside their structures, function beyond their systems, exist apart from their control. You might be told you're deceived. You might be accused of being heretical. You might be labeled as dangerous. Don't be discouraged by this opposition. Don't be deterred by this resistance. Remember, Jesus himself was called a blasphemer by the religious leaders of his time. The prophets were rejected by the religious institutions of their eras. The sealed ones throughout history have always faced opposition from the very religious systems that should have recognized them. Your validation doesn't come from religious authorities. Your confirmation doesn't come from institutional approval. Your legitimacy doesn't come from organizational acceptance. Your sealing was established by God. Your marking was placed by heaven. Your choosing was determined by divine will. No human authority can validate what God has established. No religious institution can confirm what heaven has marked. No organizational system can legitimize what divine will has chosen. Fourth, expect warfare in your finances. One of the primary ways darkness attacks sealed ones is through financial pressure. Why? Because financial stress creates distraction. It diverts focus from assignment to survival, shifts attention from calling to provision, redirects energy from purpose to paying bills. And when sealed ones are distracted by financial concerns, they're less effective in their assignments, less focused on their callings, less engaged with their purposes. You might experience sudden loss of income, unexpected expenses that seem to come from nowhere, opportunities that fall through at the last moment, deals that collapse just when they seemed guaranteed. This is spiritual warfare targeting your provision, attempting to create anxiety about resources, trying to make you doubt divine supply. But here's what you need to understand. The same God who sealed you is the same God who will provide for you. The same heaven that marked you is the same heaven that will supply for you. The same divine will that chose you is the same divine will that will sustain you. Your provision is connected to your sealing. Your supply is linked to your marking. Your resources are tied to your choosing. This doesn't mean you'll never face financial challenges. It means that in the midst of those challenges, supernatural provision will manifest. It means that when natural systems fail, divine systems will function. It means that when earthly resources run out, heavenly resources will show up. The sealed ones have always experienced miraculous provision. Manna in the wilderness, oil that doesn't run out, flour that doesn't fail, ravens bringing food, fish with coins in their mouths. Your generation of sealed ones will experience your own versions of supernatural supply. Maintaining your frequency as one of the sealed. Your effectiveness as one of the 144,000 is directly connected to your frequency, your vibration, your energetic state. The sealed ones operate at specific frequencies that allow them to access divine wisdom, receive heavenly downloads, perceive cosmic truth. Maintaining this frequency is crucial to functioning in your assignment. Here's how to protect and preserve your frequency. First, be extremely careful what you consume. This isn't just about food, though what you put in your body does matter. This is primarily about what you consume mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you listening to? Every piece of content you consume affects your frequency. Low vibration content lowers your frequency. High vibration content raises your frequency. The sealed ones cannot afford to consume the same content as the masses. They cannot watch the same shows as everyone else without consequence. They cannot listen to the same music as the general population without effect. Why? Because their frequency is their connection to divine source. When their frequency drops, their connection weakens. When their vibration lowers, their access decreases. When their energetic state deteriorates, their ability to receive heavenly downloads diminishes. This doesn't mean you have to be legalistic about every piece of content. It means you need to be intentional, discerning, selective. Ask yourself before consuming anything, will this raise my frequency or lower it? Will this strengthen my connection or weaken it? Will this enhance my ability to receive divine downloads or diminish it? Let the answers guide your choices. Second, protect your peace fiercely. Your peace is not just an emotion, it's a frequency, it's a vibration, it's an energetic state that allows you to hear God clearly, receive divine guidance accurately, perceive heavenly instruction precisely. When your peace is disturbed, your frequency is disrupted. When your calm is destroyed, your vibration is destabilized. When your tranquility is eliminated, your connection is interfered with. The sealed ones must be absolute about protecting their peace. This means setting boundaries with people who disturb your peace. This means removing yourself from situations that destroy your calm. This means avoiding conversations that eliminate your tranquility. This isn't about being antisocial or avoiding all conflict. This is about recognizing that your peace is directly connected to your effectiveness. Your calm is linked to your calling. Your tranquility is tied to your purpose. People might call you selfish for protecting your peace. They might accuse you of being cold for setting boundaries. They might label you as difficult for removing yourself from situations that disturb your calm. Let them. Their opinion is irrelevant. Your peace is essential. Your frequency matters more than their feelings. Your connection to divine source is more important than their comfort. Third, maintain consistent spiritual practices. The sealed ones need regular spiritual disciplines to maintain their frequency, preserve their connection, sustain their ability to receive divine downloads. These practices don't earn your sealing. Your marking is already established. These practices maintain your effectiveness, preserve your clarity, sustain your ability to function in your assignment. Develop a prayer practice that works for you. This doesn't have to look like everyone else's prayer life. The sealed ones often pray differently than traditional religious practices suggest. Some pray in silence, some pray while walking, some pray through creative expression. Find what works for you and commit to it consistently. Cultivate a meditation practice that fits your rhythm. Meditation is essential for sealed ones because it creates the quiet necessary to hear divine voice, the stillness required to receive heavenly guidance, the calm needed to perceive cosmic instruction. Again, your meditation practice doesn't have to match anyone else's. Some sealed ones meditate sitting still. Some meditate while moving. Some meditate through focused activity. Find your way and practice it regularly. Engage with content that nourishes your spirit. Read books that elevate your consciousness. Listen to teachings that expand your awareness. Watch content that enhances your understanding. The sealed ones need regular infusion of high-vibration content to counteract the low-vibration energy that pervades the world system. You're swimming against the current of collective consciousness. You need consistent input that strengthens your ability to maintain your frequency despite the pressure to conform to lower vibrations. Fourth, spend time in nature regularly. Nature carries frequencies that are naturally aligned with divine creation, that automatically resonate with heavenly patterns, that inherently vibrate at higher levels than human-made environments. The sealed ones need regular connection with nature to recalibrate their frequency, reset their vibration, restore their energetic state. You don't need to live in the wilderness. You don't need to spend hours in nature every day. But you do need regular contact. Walk barefoot on the earth, sit under trees, watch sunsets, listen to water, feel wind. These simple acts reconnect you with creation frequencies, realign you with divine patterns, restore you to optimal vibration for receiving heavenly downloads and maintaining divine connection. Conclusion? Accepting your place among the sealed chosen one. If you recognize yourself in these signs, if you see evidence of your sealing, if you understand that you're one of the 144,000, then accept it, embrace it, own it. Not with arrogance, but with humility. Not with pride, but with responsibility. Not with ego, but with sacred duty. You didn't choose this. This chose you. You didn't select yourself. You were selected. You didn't mark yourself. You were marked. This happened before you were born, before you took physical form, before you incarnated into this dimension. Your soul agreed to this assignment. Your spirit accepted this calling. Your being embraced this purpose. And now, in this lifetime, at this moment, in this precise point of human history, you're awakening to what you agreed to, recognizing what you accepted, understanding what you embraced. This awakening might feel overwhelming. This recognition might seem too big. This understanding might appear too significant. But you're ready. You wouldn't be awakening if you weren't ready. You wouldn't be recognizing if you weren't prepared. You wouldn't be understanding if you weren't equipped. The seal is your guarantee of divine backing. The marking is your assurance of supernatural support. The choosing is your confirmation of cosmic protection. Everything you need for your assignment is already within you. Every resource required for your calling is already available to you. Every tool necessary for your purpose is already accessible to you. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your capacity. Stop wondering if you're enough. You are sealed. You are marked. You are chosen. And the one who sealed you is faithful to complete what he started, to finish what he began, to accomplish what he initiated. You're not in this alone. You're not doing this by yourself. You're not walking this path without support. The four angels are still holding back the winds. Supernatural forces are still maintaining protection. Divine powers are still ensuring your preservation until you step fully into your assignment. Until you embrace completely your calling, until you accept totally your purpose. And when you do, when all 144,000 sealed servants awaken and step into their assignments, the cumulative effect will transform humanity, shift consciousness, evolve the planet. You are part of something ancient and something brand new. You carry something from before time and something for this time. You embody something eternal and something immediate. This is your identity. This is your calling. This is your assignment. You are one of the 144,000. You are sealed. You are marked. You are chosen. Now accept it, embrace it, walk in it. The world is waiting for your light. Humanity needs your truth. The planet requires your wisdom. It's time. The four angels are holding back the winds until you're ready. So get ready. Your assignment awaits. Your calling beckons. Your purpose summons. You are sealed. You are chosen. You are one of the 144,000. Now step into it fully, completely, courageously, knowing that you carry divine backing, supernatural support, cosmic protection for everything ahead. The sealing is complete. The marking is permanent. The choosing is irreversible. Now it's time to operate in it, to function in it, to live it fully. This is who you are. This is what you carry. This is why you're here. Accept it, embrace it, become it fully. The world needs you to be exactly who you were sealed to be, exactly what you were marked to carry, exactly how you were chosen to function. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Your season has arrived. Step forward, stand up, shine bright. You are sealed, you are chosen, you are one of the 144,000, and your assignment begins now.